Way of communicating in baseball or softball is by descriptive hand signals. And there are a lot of hand signs that we do just quickly on the spur of the moment that communicate to our players. And we'll go through a list of those here. First is the palm over the head. If I do like this to a base runner, I'm telling him, reminding him, make sure that a line drive goes through the infield before you take a step towards the next base. It means freeze on a line drive. It means when the hitter hits the ball, let's not have any outs on the bases. Let's make sure that the ball gets through before you attempt to move over. I might clap to the hitter. I might give a sign such as a hit and run. And let's say that the pitch is fouled off. And then let's say the runner returns to first base on a hit and run. The batter gets back to his original position. And I don't want to give the sign again. And so if I don't do anything, if I just clap, same sign is on. I don't have to show the opposition what the hit and run sign is again. So that could be a sign. I might give a fist on fist. If I have a runner on third base particularly and I want him to go on first contact and react on contact and try to score, I might just do this. And that means that we're going on contact. If I'm coaching first base particularly or third base, and it could even come from the dugout, and I see that the pitcher continually just takes one look at the base runners, either at first or second, he's a one-looker, I might just do that. And that's a sign to the base runners that, hey, if you're stealing, you can go after he takes his one look because he's probably not going to look twice. And that's a fault that a lot of pitchers have, is they fail to look twice. And so you can give a quick hand signal to a base runner to tell him that's a type of pitcher that this is. If I do this to a base runner, that could mean that we want him to stay in a rundown. So we might have a steal sign on and follow it with this, that we want him to stay in a rundown between bases, and we want to try to get another runner to score while he's in that rundown. If I give this sign, and I don't want to give all our signs here, we use some of these and some we will not, but this is kind of a hang loose sign. It could mean a pitcher is doing the third to first pick move, where a pitcher would fake a throw to third base and pick to first base, and that's another hand sign that could be used. I might also point my finger to the chin, and this could be done as a first base coach with a left-handed pitcher, where he is we call him a head guy. He will look to first base and throw to home almost every time, in fact, probably every time. Or he will look to home and throw to first. And so a quick point to the chin might mean that this pitcher, he only does the opposite of what his head is doing. And that's a quick way to communicate there. If I spread my hands from the third base coach's box to a runner, I want him to get a bigger lead. It doesn't mean he's running, but I want him to get his lead extended. And he's always able to jump back and dive back into the base and beat a pickoff throw. Or if I know the left-handed pitcher has a great move to first base, I might mimic that move by just raising my right knee and mimicking a throw to first base just real quick, just to say in a hand signal and body language that, watch out, this pitcher is has a pretty good pick move to first base. If I show the number of outs, this is an easy one, 1 outs, 2 outs, no outs, I want the base runner to flash back what I have just given him so I know that he has received that number. I don't want him to just look at me and then turn away, or just look at me and do nothing. I want to know that I have communicated with him that there's 1 out. So I require him to show it back, 1 out, or 2 outs, or nobody out. And that's the way we communicate with hands with base runners and number of outs. If I'm coaching third base and a runner is rounding second and the ball is behind him, then I'm going to signal him whether to stop or whether to keep running. Now, if the ball is in front of a runner rounding second base, then he's to make his own judgment. He can see, judge, and evaluate quicker than I can communicate with him, and we expect him to have enough sense about the importance of his run, the number of outs, the hitters coming up, the inning, and the score to know whether he should try to get to third base. But if the ball's in front of him, he makes the judgment, but he might be running on a ball that's hit down the right field line where it's behind him and he can't see. So he has to pick up the third base coach before he gets to the base to see what's going on there, and I'll give him a sign. If I know I'm going to hold him, I'll be up. If I want him to keep coming, be rotating an arm. After he hits the bag, he has to look again. So I have two decisions to make as a coach. Based on how the right fielder feels the ball, maybe it's taken a bad hop on him, maybe he's bobbled it, maybe he's fielded it cleanly, come up throwing. So then I have to decide, is he going to continue on? So after he looks down and touches second base, then he continues to third and he looks. Now I may want to stop him, or I may want him to keep coming. So those are hand signs how we communicate with a runner around second base.